Hello and welcome to In the Crowd, a collab show I am doing every month with 3 to 4 different people. If you're watching the video, I apologize in advance for everything you're seeing, all of the movements that are going to be happening. But joined with me, this is the Chicago episode from the Getcho podcast, Justin Santos. From Smacking It...
Out of order.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you scared me. From Smacking It Raw and the Straight Talk podcast, of course, Daddy Delgado, Vince, and Benji Calavera. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Explain where the Thor figure is. Doctor Strange.
So, this is like a multiverse of madness going on right here with this collab.
Katie's gonna regret this episode.
Oh, Katie's already this episode.
Remember though, it's the season, so we have to keep the holiday spirits up. Speaking of seasons, it's the season, Christmas. So I want to shout out to everybody working in the North Pole. Santa, if you could do me a favor, me and the guys and Katie, if you could send us the list of all the naughty girls, we would love that. We would love that.
Send Katie all your women.
Okay, I'm done. I have a list. Santa better check it twice.
Check it twice.
Checking it multiple
check
times.
this list again twice. Like, you should have to check.
So how this show, I think, is supposed to go. This is only the second episode. I have a list of topics that all of the people here have in common in some way, shape, or form. These topics were chose by the three of you. So I have a topic and then I'm just ignoring them at this point, and sub questions for each topic, and then a question I'm going to ask at the very end for all of you. So Justin, since you were the first one to join the Zoom call and didn't have to reschedule and make my life miserable, pick a number 1 through 3.
1, 2, 3. I'm gonna pick 2.
2? Okay. Now, the topic is anime.
Okay.
How fitting.
I know. Vince, you and I talked about you've a love for anime when we did your Inside the Mind of. We did the interview.
Great episode, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It is a great episode.
I appreciate it, guys. I'll stop. You're gonna make me blush. Stop it. What was that giggle? That was like a schoolgirl giggle.
Ay, Dios mío. So,
Tranquilo. Like, lie down on the casting couch, all tranquilo. Just...
Hey, yo.
Órale, chill. Stop.
Justin said tranquilo. Like, there's only one way to get tranquilo. Just...
Why not?
So, with the topic of anime, Pokemon,
yeah.
Right? We all love Pokemon. Vince has done a plethora of Pokemon podcasts.
Mm-hmm. All of them with Matt, ironically. Not intentionally, just happened to work that way.
Happen to work out. All of them are with Mr. Matt Ritter. Shout out.
Shout out.
But, I mean...
Great podcast, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
We all grew up on Pokemon. So, everyone is going to name their top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time.
Ooh.
All time?
Before we do that, what's funny is that I actually do have a podcast lined up, and I have a similar question to that. So, like, in Pokemon, like, when you play the games, you can only have a team of 6 Pokemon to carry with you at all times.
Mm-hmm.
So my question was, like, what would be your team of 6 if you were, like, a Pokemon trainer going to the Pokemon League or something?
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about that, and I've always get stuck on that 6th Pokemon, but I have my 5.
If you have your 5, go for it.
So my all-time favorite would have to be Typhlosion, the fire starter from the Johto region, the second generation,
Okay.
because my very first Pokemon game was Pokemon Crystal for the Game Boy Advance, and that's the first game I got. That was my first Pokemon I owned, and he's my Charizard. So I always liked them. I liked Cyndaquil. I liked all of them. He can just do no wrong. So he'd be like my starter Pokemon. Then I really love Eevee and the evolutions, and my favorite evolution is Umbreon. So he's my favorite Pokemon of all time. Like overall, like it would be Umbreon if I could choose like a Pokemon to have in real life. It'd be Umbreon.
Okay.
In the recent generation, like the second to recent on the 7th generation, they traveled to the Hawaii region, Alola, and the grass starter was a grass owl named Rowlet that later becomes like an archer, Decidueye.
Okay.
So Decidueye would be on my all-time favorite because I love owls. I think they're just majestic creatures. I love Harry Potter, and Rowlet, the first evolution, just reminds me of Hedwig from Harry Potter, Harry's owl. And when I played the game, I don't normally nickname my Pokemon, but I decided to name my Rowlet Hedwig. So he was Hedwig throughout my entire playthrough. And his glasses in his final evolution looks like Harry Potter glasses. And he's an archer, and I love Green Arrow. It's just like everything that I could love about a Pokemon is in Decidueye.
There you go.
So those are my 3. And I always loved Raichu. I thought he was just the cooler version of Pikachu, like the edgier version of Pikachu, like the older brother to Pikachu.
Okay.
You know,
the street version. The street
version. And I always felt like he never got enough love. Like Pikachu is splashed everywhere, and people always forget about Raichu. And I just love Raichu. I like the aesthetic. He's a little bit more dark skinned, so I feel like he might be Latino. So like I resonated with that as a child. But no, I love Raichu, and then also too, I remember one of the Pokemon gifts that I got like as a kid. I don't know if it was for my birthday or whatever. I got like this Pokemon Pokedex that when you put and it like had like this slot to like put Pokemon at the top, and they were like, and you'd hear the Pokemon's battle cry, and the two Pokemon on there was Blastoise and Raichu. I don't know what happened to that Blastoise, but to this day I have that Raichu. It's without the tail. I don't know what happened to the tail, but it's still there, and I love that Raichu. So Raichu is my top 4. And to round it out, I love purple. I have an infatuation with ghost type Pokemon, and just like ghosts in general. I think like there's like an intrigue there. So Gengar would be for me. Especially, I used to like Haunter because I could never evolve him because I didn't have anyone to trade with at that time. And
so sad.
And you can't get a Gengar unless you trade your Haunter. So it was always Haunter. But recently I started like Gengar more, especially in the Pokemon Journeys anime that's on Netflix, which is fantastic, by the way. If you haven't checked it out, if you've never even checked out a Pokemon anime, that's a perfect one because they travel all regions. And there's 2 different main characters. It's not just Ash. Ash is like the protagonist, like, oh, I want to be the best Pokemon trainer. But then there's Go, who kind of like, I want to catch all the Pokemon. So their goals are different, and they're both main characters. And so that's what I really liked about it. And Ash like catches a Gengar, and he's just so playful and mischievous, and I love that. So my all-time favorite Pokemon would be in that order: Typhlosion, Umbreon, Decidueye, Raichu, and Gengar.
Okay.
If I could go, I'll piggyback on you too. By the way, I know you like owls, Ben, so I'll always love Hoo. Okay.
Who?
Hoot.
Who?
Dehu. So my top 5 is Eevee as well. Psyduck. What's his name? Pikachu, and then Mew. Obviously, Mew is all powerful. And the last one is Charmander, because my wife's name is Char, and I love to catch her.
Look at you being all romantic.
That's cute. Benji, top 5?
So, in no particular order. I'm gonna keep it all first gen because that's just what I grew up with.
That's all he knows.
That's not true. But just for the sake of time, I'm just gonna stick first gen. The first one I'm gonna go with is my choke, not my chap, but my choke.
My choke. Okay.
For reasons I will not get into.
You like big meaty men in your Pokemon, and
it's all about power, So I'll go my choke number 1.
so you like to be machoked, is what you're saying.
Or be the reason somebody chokes.
Dios mío.
It's like, Ma, let me choke you real quick. Is that
Just
it's too deep,
something about my choke has some Black Force energy. You know what I'm saying?
So Machoke. Who else?
My choke. Number 2. Sometimes you just gotta take life by the horns. So I'm gonna go with Tauros or Taurus, as you guys say.
Tauros.
You know.
El Toro
That's number
Fuerte
2.
from Jackie Chan Adventures. Mexican connection.
Hey. So I'll go with him. And then sticking power game. I'm not gonna go Eevee, but in honor of the Kick Demon being on AEW Rampage, shout out to Janai Kai, I'm gonna go with Hitmonlee.
Hitmonlee. That's a good one. I
Right.
love Hitmonlee. He's up there. I think he might be in my top 6.
That's
Fairly
3.
messed up.
Number 4, I felt like Ghost Pokemon were overrated and overpowered in first gen. They were. All right. No shade. No nightshade to you.
Bitch, there was Psychic Pokemon. No, it could be Psychic Pokemon or Dragon Pokemon.
Second Pokemon were pretty dope too. But so I'm gonna go with Kadabra, number 4.
Not Alakazam.
No, because I didn't have anybody to trade with.
Oh, how sad.
Oh,
I fucking hate both of you.
I know, for real.
And who's your 5th?
5th is gonna be Mr. Mine. He's always breaking down barriers,
He's putting them up. What you talking about?
Then number 6.
You get
Oh, there's
5.
5.
There's 5.
I love the themes.
All right, that's my 5.
So it was Machoke. It was
Please, Daddy. Machoke, Taurus, Mr. Mine, Hitmonlee, and what was number 5? What the fuck did I say?
You said Kadabra, Machoke.
Kadabra. There you go. Yeah, there. Hitmonlee,
Machoke.
Machoke. Yeah, go ahead.
2 fighting types because you're a fighter.
That's right.
There you go.
All
Stay
my
fighting.
life I had to fight,
I don't remember the 5, man. I keep losing track. Mr. Mime, Kadabra, Hitmonlee, Machoke, and Taurus.
And Taurus. Yeah, there you go.
Because he's like to
Yeah.
ride that bull by the horns, right, Benji?
Yeah.
XX
do you have 5, Katie?
I do
Yeah.
have 5. I also
Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Chansey.
no, wrong. Shush. I also love Eevee, but I specifically like Vaporeon the best. I love them all, but Vaporeon.
What?
I have a theme for mine. Articuno, Alakazam, Mew, and Squirtle.
Mm.
Okay. I see some of a theme. Some of them are blue.
Yeah.
What was the behind Alakazam?
I mean, I like the psychic type, but I didn't want to go like with the ghosts, and I was just trying to think. I was like, Alakazam was the coolest out of the 3. I think like Alakazam, Kadabra, yeah. So
Okay.
I went Alakazam.
Okay, so you said Vaporeon.
Mm-hmm.
You said Articuno,
Mhm.
Squirtle,
Squirtle.
Alakazam, and what was the 5th one?
Mew.
Oh, Mew. Oh,
Mew.
I fucking love Mew.
It's so
Fucking
cute.
love Mew.
Who
He's like
doesn't
the
love
fucking
Mew?
best.
I mean,
He's like the
yeah.
He's like the fucking best. I love him. He's like one of my favorite mythical Pokemon.
He's literally adorable.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally the
Overrated.
star of one of my favorite. Shut your filthy mouth, Benjamin.
He's like Broly. He's like the Broly of Pokemon. You know.
He's up there. No, like he's the star of one of my favorite movies of all time. Pokemon the first movie. You know, when him and Mewtwo Kamehameha Ash into a stone statue. You know.
Oh yeah, Ash got stoned in that, right?
Yeah.
So, besides Pokemon, are there other animes you guys watch? Like, do you have like a few, like 3 favorite animes you guys have watched?
I think the easy answer.
My
Ball Z.
God.
I think the easy answer here is Dragon Ball Z for everyone.
Wait, you said growing up or just
in general? It doesn't have to be one. Yeah, so like just 3 each of like your favorite animes you've watched as a kid, you're still watching now, ones you want to watch.
So Dragon Ball is not on my favorite list. It is one of my. It's not my favorite. It's on my list of like 10, but it's not like my favorite. Like my favorite would be like right now, currently like One Punch Man, because obviously a superhero who's bald and not really muscular kind of sits with me. And
you meant Superman Caillou?
Exactly, Superman. Yeah, and the whole premise of One Punch Man is that it's basically a sarcastic play on all superhero and anime movies.
Okay.
So like that part, I love the part. Gundam Wing is up there.
Okay.
Yeah. What's his name? Ronin Warriors. If you know that one, that's another one.
It's very Toonami based over here.
Yeah, it's Toonami. I also like Vampire Hunter D. If we're going to the movies, Vampire Hunter D.
Bruh, nobody ever knows that shit.
Oh, for real? Dude, it's so good. I don't know that shit. Oh, and then the other one, obviously, if we're going like with top 5, then you have to throw Akira in there too. That's like the number one. Akira is like number 1 there.
Okay.
It's good. I mean, a lot of people have done that version of the Akira story better now with like Attack on Titan and stuff, but like for that being the first one, it's good.
Yeah.
Also, currently I'm watching Demon Slayer as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an anime that keeps being
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
You know, if you like basketball, bro, Slam Dunk is a good one.
Yeah, that's the one we were talking about on the.
Yeah, Slam Dunk is a good one. Yeah. Initial D is also one that I like too. If you like race cars and like that Fast and Furious, that type of shit. I mean, we could. I feel like me and Benji talk about anime for hours.
There's an anime that I was watching like right after Dragon Ball Super ended, like recently, like a few years ago, and I can't remember the name of it.
What was it about?
It's about this fucking. It's about
it's
this
a guy with a sword.
No, it's like this kid, and he's like fighting this other kid to death or something. He's got like magic powers or some shit. It's just fairy something, I think.
Fairy Tail?
Is it Fairy Tail? Hold up.
While he looks that up, Benji.
Yeah, I was gonna say Benji. Which one's your favorite?
Off the top of my head.
Is that all?
Let's see. The first anime I finished solo on my own was Death Note.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. Yeah. Second. Shit, I'm gonna just go with what I've seen. I'm gonna go with Naruto Shippuden. That's probably my starter anime.
Really?
I mean, yeah, the obvious answer is Dragon Ball Z, but I was trying to buy you some time, fool. This guy, never done a podcast before.
That's the man that was an hour and 45 minutes late, but okay.
That's besides the fact. But okay. So speaking of time, there's a lot of time-based anime that I like. But for my third one,
y'all remember Duel Masters? Y'all remember Duel Masters?
Nah.
Mm-mm.
Like I'm scrolling through names here, and I'm like, Duel Masters. What the fuck was that?
This guy. For my third one, let's go. Shoot. Tough question. It's not like I had time to prepare. Let's see.
There we go.
Justin, you're muted.
Oh, I heard him. I heard him. Out. I remember Mob Psycho 100.
Oh, I've heard of that. I've never seen it though.
That shit was so
I've never
good.
seen it. I've never seen that.
So fucking good. Mob Psycho 100.
I saw one recently. Baki. I saw that.
Nah, I haven't seen
I haven't seen that yet.
It's on Netflix.
I don't got
Trece.
Netflix.
Have you seen Trece? Did you see Trece? Trece is the Filipino anime. Check it out, y'all. Check it out. It's
What's
Filipino.
I think
Trece.
I think for me, I think my first exposure to anime was Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
remember anything of Sailor Moon. I just remember it being on Toonami,
Mm.
and I guess it's mostly just mainstream anime. That's why I don't want to say I'm an anime head.
Mm.
Just because like it's Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, like all the Dragon Ball franchise, obviously. Pokemon, mainstream. Digimon, fucking love Digimon. At one point, I was like,
Yeah,
I
I
love
forgot about
Digimon.
that.
I love Digimon more than Pokemon.
Pokemon? Really?
Wow.
Yes,
Bold
because
statement.
of the story. Because of the story. You saw Digimon Tamer, like the Digimon Adventures 1, 2, and then it goes into Tamers. And it's almost like a continuity. And then Digimon Tamers was a very dark anime. Like they tackled on like death and other serious issues that I didn't see in Pokemon. Pokemon, literally every episode was, I'm gonna go to this town and try to win the gym badge. Oh shit, I'm a terrible gym trainer. I need to have my friends help me. Like Ash was a terrible gym like Pokemon trainer in general. Always had to fight Team Rocket. They always blast away. And if it's not, and like some, they have like 5,000 different filler episodes, side quest missions that Ash does before he actually gets to the gym. Sometimes he fails, sometimes he's really good, but it's like the same formula. It felt like the very same formula, and then Ash never won anything, so it kind of like, this just kind of feels like it's not going anywhere, and I was just more engaged with the story of Digimon as opposed to Pokemon.
Okay.
And then also too, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! I grew up on Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about that shit. Yeah, you're right.
I had a fucking dual desk at one point, I think.
Oh, you got money.
I went through phases with Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember I started with Yu-Gi-Oh! I had my deck. And then unfortunately I had that shit stolen from me at school. And
Terrible.
then I stopped. Then I got back into it. So it's always been phases with Yu-Gi-Oh! The last phase I think was like 2016. Because I got hardcore into it. I built multiple decks. Like to this point, I moved and I had so many Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing with all this shit? Like I probably got like $2-3 grand worth of some cards in there.
Damn.
Like no cap.
Well,
no
to
cap.
keep it, you don't know. You don't know if
damn.
those might be worth something. They might be worth something later.
And I'm not saying I was
know.
a good duelist or anything. It was just like I had a specific deck, like a play style of a deck. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously there, but if I'm sitting down just watching an anime just to watch an anime that isn't mainstream, I would say Yu Yu Hakusho to this day is probably one of my favorite animes of all time.
I forgot about that one. That's a good one too.
It was so good. It was literally on Toonami following Dragon Ball Z back in the day, and recently I want to say like either when the pandemic started or right before the pandemic started, I saw Yu Yu Hakusho on Funimation, and I'm like, yo, we gotta binge it. So me and my brother started binging it. He didn't want to because the intro he wasn't fucking with initially, but to this day, one of my favorite animes, the Dark Tournament, is probably the best tournament in all of anime. The best tournament in all of anime. That's including any of the world martial arts tournaments in Dragon Ball or the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Z, in Dragon Ball Super. It's just like the tournament is fantastic. It's a great story.
Okay.
Netflix is making a live action of that.
Yes, I heard about that and I'm excited.
Are they?
About it. Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't check out the live action Death Note. Did you like that one or not?
I never checked it out. Everybody was
trash.
Yeah, I figured. That's just how I feel like when they did the live action Dragon
Y'all
Ball Z.
seen the,
I was like, hell no.
Y'all seen the Cowboy Bebop one?
Mhm.
No, I didn't see. Is that good?
I haven't seen it. I was just like,
No,
Oh.
you just asked.
Did you see it, Katie? You saw it, Katie?
No, I haven't seen it.
What about you, Katie? What about you with anime?
yeah, Katie, what kind of anime you watch?
Watching it.
So grew up Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh was probably like my shit more than Pokemon. And then I kind of like fell off and didn't really watch anything. And then I went to college, and I had one of my closest friends. He's very much into anime and everything. So every time we would hang out, he was like, "Watch this." So the two that come to mind, One is called Angel Beats.
I
Very
think I've
good.
heard of that.
It like the ending like just gets you in the heart. So it's very, very good, very emotional. And then the other one he made me watch and like I got very into was called Death Parade.
I've never heard of that. Death Parade?
I think it's Death Parade. Let me double check.
Because that's deep.
It's
because there's some anime that's like, you know, you can find some stuff that is like really like on some next level. Like, yo, what's going on here?
yeah. So Death Parade, like the premise is these people, like two people get sent. It's like basically like a purgatory kind of thing. These two people each episode get sent to this place. They have to play a game, and like they have no memory of how they got to this place.
Right.
And they have to play an arcade type game. Like one of them's darts, one's just like an actual like video arcade
Wasn't
machine.
there a show on Netflix that's based on that?
Yeah,
Where they got to play a
you're talking
game?
about
Not Squid Game. No, not Squid Game. Prior to Squid Games.
Battle Royale?
No, it was a group of people. They wake up in like this different world, and they got to play these games, and then they get killed if they don't make it out, and it keeps going until they. No, it sounds just like not Saw.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of shows that have been like that, or movies.
Yeah.
I mean, this one is like, they're like arbiters of death, and when these people come down, and while they're playing the game, the arbiters decide who goes to heaven, who goes to hell.
Oh wow!
It's very interesting. And then one I want to watch and I haven't yet is Jujutsu Kaisen, because I've heard really good things about it and I haven't got the chance to watch it yet.
Yeah.
The one anime that I've been meaning to watch because it looks good is Tokyo Ghoul,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't watch Tokyo. I like it's so mainstream, like, and I'm very anti-mainstream.
Oh, so you're a hipster.
I have hipster tendencies, yes. I don't know if I feel like something's too mainstream and I feel like I have to watch something. I'm like, I don't.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
But it depends. Like, for instance, like everybody was telling me, like, oh, you need to watch WandaVision. It's so fucking fantastic. I'm like,
It's
okay,
like you'll wait. You'll wait.
Oh, I'll wait. I'll watch it. Like,
Yeah.
everybody was telling me, like, get into Breaking Bad, watch Breaking Bad and shit. And I'm like, no, I don't want to jump in.
You don't like being like peer pressured into watching stuff.
Let's psychoanalyze Vince right now.
No, we do not have time for that. Just because I went to school for psychology and social work does not mean I want to do this right now.
Oh, you did?
I did, yes. I graduated with a degree in social work.
What made you decide to do that?
I was very interested in psychology.
I was being serious. I'm being
I was.
I thought Benji was trying to, like, purposely, like, sidetrack the conversation.
No, I mean, it's a.
serious.
I can answer it briefly.
Yeah, it's a good conversation.
This is not how I thought this was gonna go, but senior year of high school, I was like, I want to do something in psychology because I like understanding the mind and what people do and why they do things. So I went to school. I went to college for psychology. Things happen within the program. I don't even want to get into it. It's
always something like that. Yeah.
The professors didn't do their job. A bunch of bullshit. So I ended up getting kicked from the program.
Oh hell no.
And then I had just like a semester where I was just like, well, I have to take other classes anyways, whatever. And I knew a lot of people who went from the psychology department to social work. They're very similar fields. Social work, you can do a whole hell of a lot more. You can work with animals, kids, crisis, forensic. You can do so much more. So I was just like, hell yeah, social work. I loved it. Graduated with a bachelor's of science in social work.
Oh shit! Look at you.
After 5 years, because I was forced to change my major.
You know what? This makes sense now. This is why your inside the minds are so good. Now it's all clicking for me.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying.
I saw the one with Vince, the one with Jizzy. Like, y'all, I learned so much about them, but I was laughing my ass off at the same time. Like, that shit was good.
That's why I like doing those, is because you get to see these people that you know from podcasts and like just doing like the wrestling content. You get to see that they're just normal people like
Right.
who that enjoy other things that isn't wrestling, because wrestling isn't everything. I know, crazy.
What a guy.
Benji, you said you saw Jizzy's and Vince. Why did you stop there? You could have continued on to Tariq's, TC, Matt's.
Justin.
I'm just saying mine. You know,
Because she said go briefly. I didn't want to like derail the whole podcast.
Okay.
Even though that's what you've been doing.
You guys ever done a podcast before? Jesus.
Oh my god! But we're just gonna move on to the next topic. Vince briefly brought
Rookies
it up.
over here.
Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yes.
Rookies.
I am ignoring him, Justin, as you should as well.
Oh, I can't. Benji's my guy. I can't do that.
Stop. So Harry Potter. Have you guys read all the books? Yes or no?
I
No.
stopped until. Which one's first? Prisoner of Azkaban or Chamber of Secrets?
No. Chamber of Secrets.
Sorcerer's Stone is first.
Oh, Sorcerer's Stone.
No.
Sorcerer's Stone.
From those two.
Oh.
Which one's?
Chamber of Secrets is second.
Chamber of Secrets.
Prisoner of
So
Azkaban is
the
third.
Prisoner of Azkaban. That's where I stopped.
Okay.
Oh, the
Vince?
third one.
I never really read the books like in my adulthood. I remember back in like middle school, we were supposed to do like book reports, and I think I remember either reading the Sorcerer's Stone or the Chamber of Secrets, one or the other, not both. And that's all the extent of like the book knowledge that I had.
Okay. Justin, did you read any of them?
100% nah. I did not read. I'm from the movies. I know mostly of the movies.
Okay.
And deep YouTube research that the movies didn't talk about. So
okay. Have you guys seen all the movies?
Yes.
I stopped on the which one's first? The I guess it's the third one, right?
Prisoner of Azkaban?
Yeah, I didn't really get into it. I'm not a Harry Potter. I'm sure it's good. It just didn't really.
You didn't vibe with it. You didn't vibe with it.
Nah, not really.
So, I love Harry Potter. It's honestly one of my favorite movies franchise of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But you seen them all?
Yeah. I own the Blu-rays. I own the Blu-rays. I own the Blu-rays. Yes. I always.
For me, it was triggering as an immigrant child watching this dude living under a closet. You know what I mean?
And getting bullied by his family that didn't want him.
Yeah, the magic police ain't nothing but border patrol.
Vince, keep going.
Call ice on me and shit.
I'm gonna put you on ice, Benji. No, it's honestly one of my favorite franchises. Little funny story here. Well, not funny story. I always say funny story, but there's no funny haha moment at the end of it. Just I guess like a tidbit about me is like I've always wanted to like binge the series, and I never like my siblings may or may not watch it, but like most of my friends weren't really too invested into it. One of the great things about Harry Potter that I will always cherish is like it's one of the things that me and my girl have in common. We literally sat and like binged the series, and it was like one of the favorite like bonding times we've had.
Okay.
And at least like I don't know about her, but I very much enjoyed it. Like it's literally in one of my top 10 things that we've done as a couple. Because like it's fun because it was like one of my favorite things that I enjoyed, and I found someone that enjoys it just as much as me.
Mm-hmm.
Shy.
So it was that. I actually own a wand, a Harry Potter wand.
Okay.
I don't have it with me because I let my girl borrow it for a Harry Potter cosplay, and she has not found it. She has not returned it.
Oh, Benji, I muted you, by the way, in case you keep trying to talk.
He's trying to pretend like he's frozen now.
Yeah, I know.
I think he legit. Oh, that was good. I thought he was frozen.
Nah. He gets Justin just a little gullible when it comes to like Benji shenanigans.
That's why he's muted right now.
No, but I love the franchise. It's fantastic. I can't say any more great things about Harry Potter. Like I'm a fucking nerd about it.
You're a pothead.
Potterhead, excuse you.
Potterhead.
Justin? You?
Yeah, Harry Potter. I got into because Char was really into the books and stuff.
Okay.
And so, like, when we first moved in together, she had, I think, at that point they only had four.
Oh wow.
What's the name of the Triwizard Tournament? What's the name of the
Goblet
fourth
of Fire.
one? Goblet of Fire. And she only had only at that time the 4 DVDs came out, and then the fifth one was getting ready to come out. So like before we watched the fifth movie, I was like, okay, I got a day off. Let me try to binge these movies. The first two I had to watch back, right? A couple times they really get the story.
Mm-hmm.
And once I kind of got the story and the idea of what's going on, like I was like, yo, this movie has so much like parallels to Star Wars. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Luke Skywalker is Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? He belongs to this secret Jedi that he doesn't even know about, and they're trying to groom him because he's like the chosen one. There's a little bit of Matrix shit going on in here. You know what I'm saying? And then I just love the Weasleys and how they're like, we don't have to pay for that shit. We could use this. It's okay. You know, hand-me-downs are fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what you know in your head is what gets you to be a next wizard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were the minorities in the living in poverty. You know, the lower class.
The lower class. I don't know, man, because when the brothers branched off and had that candy shop, oh, yo, they were balling. You know what I'm saying? They were balling.
Entrepreneurs, man.
Entrepreneur. And don't forget in the finale, Deathly Hallows 2, Mrs. Weasley threw down, yo.
Yeah, not my daughter, you bitch.
She lifted up that skirt and she like got the Vaseline. It's like, yo, I'm gonna whoop this bitch's ass right now, you know.
Stop it.
But yeah, I loved the series. You know what I'm saying? Lord V, you know, he was trying to chase Harry Potter's wife. Oh no. That was a what's the name? Robin Hood's mother. That guy from Robin Hood. Snape.
Snape.
Yeah.
Snape.
Sorry.
That's not as bad. My girl kept thinking his name was Snake for like a hot
Snake
minute.
because Slytherin. Yeah. So I like the shows. I like the show. I like the movies. The movies are great, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Katie, does your knowledge, does your fandom of Harry Potter go deeper than Benji's and Justin's and mine?
Yeah, I have a Harry Potter tattoo on the back of my neck. No, you cannot see it because I'm not turning around.
What is it?
So I have a brother and a sister. There's 3 of us. We got the 3 unforgivable curses. So I have Crucio on the back of my neck.
Smart.
My sister has Imperio, and then my brother is getting, well, eventually he'll get it, the Killing Curse. So we were just like, we all love Harry Potter.
Nice.
Let's make this our sibling tattoo.
That's
so
dope.
Cool.
So I have
such
that.
a unique tattoo, too.
It is, and like the eye has the Deathly Hallows over it.
Hmm.
I'll send a picture in the chat once we're done. In college, I was a part of. Matt made fun of me for it. I was a part of this group called Dumbledore's Army. It was a service club that we went. It was just like Harry Potter themed things, and like we went to the food drive. We went down to feed the homeless. We did a clothing drive every year, and then just a bunch of people who could get together and just nerd out. It was great. I ended up being president at one point.
I was jealous. I was listening to the Inside the Mind of with Matt, and I was like, God, that sounds so cool. I wish I could have been part of that.
Yeah, it was. I ended up being president like my last year. So
really,
yeah, I went from secretary, VP, president.
The rise of Katie Kinsey in the Wizarding world.
That's me. That's me.
Now it's funny because like one of my favorite characters in Harry Potter is what's his name, Dobby.
Dobby.
I love Dobby. I'll always protect Harry Potter.
Why did you give him an accent like that? There's some.
Yeah. My brother, the guy, all Dobby had.
Dobby's Hispanic now.
Listen, the guy was wearing a muumuu, was he not?
Stop it! Don't stop.
Poor Dobby.
Homeboy was wearing a muumuu. Okay.
That's all he was allowed to have. Elves
but
were
he
treated like
had
garbage.
He could have had more.
No, not when he was under the fucking Malfoy's reign.
Yeah, he was their slave.
Lucius
Oh yeah,
Malfoy's
fuck the
a
mouse.
dick.
Fuck them. But
Fuck
I
the
didn't hate.
Malfoys.
I didn't hate the Malfoys as much as I hated that one teacher. The one that was into cats and shit.
Umbridge.
That one that came. Oh my. Oh
Fuck
my
a bitch named
God,
Dolores.
I hate her. I fucking hate
Listen,
her.
my knowledge of Harry Potter goes. We could just do a whole ass podcast on that.
We should. If you do a Harry Potter podcast, I want it.
We very much should.
Oh,
But
I gotta ask you, guys, a question. Oh, go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
I want to see if it was gonna be the same thing I was gonna ask.
Okay, so my question to everybody here is that,
Except Benji.
if you had the knowledge of the Harry Potter like magic,
Uh-huh.
would you use it to help your adult life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oculus Repairs. Repair my.
Oculus Repair. Fuck yeah, my glasses. If I don't have to go pay hundreds of dollars to go get my glasses fixed, fuck yes.
Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't be like in penis enlargo.
Jesus Christ. Well, I don't have
No.
a penis, so no.
Okay.
No, but I would have used like simple spells, like I don't want to move out heavy lifting, like Leviosa.
Oh yeah, Leviosa. Yeah, Leviosa.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. That's hilarious. What's the spell like? Luminous or like
Luminous?
to like? Yeah.
I told you it's sick how much I know off the
I
top.
feel like I'm right. I want to get to that level though, because like I started getting more and more into it. Like I want to be like a nerd about it. I want to know the spells. I want to know everything.
Really? You want to know the
Yes.
whole? You want to know the whole culture of
Yes.
Hogwarts and being
Yes.
like in
Yes,
here? Okay.
I love it. I want to go to the is it
Universal Studios?
Studios?
Yeah,
Like,
Universal Studios. Yeah.
that's a dream date. Like I know for a fact, like that's the date that me and my girl are gonna take. We're gonna go to Universal Studios.
Has any of you guys been? Have you been, Katie?
I've never been.
Yeah.
I want to. I've never been.
Maybe
do
that
have
should be a trip. That should be a trip for all of us.
Yeah.
You know, butterbeer.
Except for
Hang out,
Benji.
get some butterbeer.
Say less.
Yo, just Benji. They're actually you guys know Replay, right? Here in Chicago.
This replay, I was just there the other week.
Oh really? Nice. They're having the Harry Potter theme.
Are they?
On the 10th? So what's the date? So starting next week.
Next
they're gonna have,
next weekend,
which,
bro. Next
Which
weekend.
one? Which replay?
the one on Sheffield.
Okay.
What
Oh,
was
yeah.
that? Lincoln Park? Is that Lincoln Park?
I think so. They had an office one. They had somebody
I
doing an
wanted-
office
I
pop up.
I wanted
Office
to go to the
pop-up.
office pop.
It's like 30 something though. It's like 30 something though.
Did you guys see that office experience downtown Chicago?
That's what I'm
the
talking
one
about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah.
I'll
that's
go
what
to
I'm
it.
talking
I'm
about,
going to it. I'm going to that.
Okay,
motherfucker.
okay, okay,
I
okay.
got to.
We might have to set up something. Might have to set up something.
My people
Go ahead.
talk to your people. One question though. I was trying to go back on the Harry Potter track.
Go for it. Go for it.
What are your houses?
That
What
was gonna be my
houses do
next
you-
question.
That's what mine
You know-
is. What's yours?
I was muted, so I didn't get to answer the other question. That's okay.
I did ask.
you
I
belong to
did
the
hit
whorehouse.
ask
That's-
to unmute,
that's
and you
house.
chose not to.
All I was going to say was, since you guys know about all these spells, there's spells to lift things up, repair and everything. But is there a spell for a broken heart?
No,
No, I think there is, isn't there?
I mean there's love
No?
potions.
Yeah.
Now, you say love potion. Is that like magic Viagra, or what is that?
No, it like
No,
makes someone
that's like
fall in love with you.
you become
Without consent? Is that what we're doing here?
Benjamin. Get your face away from the fucking camera.
Before you drop your phone and lose the position. Oh my god.
Benji, what's your Hogwarts house if you know it?
He doesn't.
I'm gonna go Hufflepuff.
Ah. Oh
Man,
hell
that's
no!
why.
I read the
Hell
third
no.
book. Okay.
Hell no! That means you and Katie are in the same houses.
Hell, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm actually a Hufflepuff too, so we're
You're
all
Hufflepuff
pertain-
too?
Yeah, I'm Hufflepuff.
What?
Full
All
pause.
three of you?
Wait,
Dang,
Justin, I want to guess.
Yeah.
You're Ravenclaw, right?
That's gotta
See,
be
I was
racist.
gonna say Gryffindor.
No. I think Justin was because I think we were talking about like Harry Potter.
I can't remember
And
what he
Ron.
said because he said it in the chat, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Ravenclaw, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. I took the test. I am part of Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I took the test too. I took the test multiple
Yeah.
times. I got half full every time. I said
I
sounds
took
right.
multiple tests. I took
And
different.
And it's
tests.
funny. It's funny because like there is something to what Benji said. Most Asians are like in Ravensclaw for some reason, and I don't know why.
Because you guys are smart.
You know. Oh.
Wow.
That's one of the traits of Ravenclaws. They're very
Yeah,
smart.
that's true.
My bad.
That is like a huge trait of the Ravenclaw thing.
And
What-
Hufflepuff's
what's
is
this?
loyalty.
Hufflepuff, and then Gryffindor is brave.
Loyalty? These bitches ain't loyal.
We know you ain't loyal, Benji.
It's brown. It's brown.
Okay. We're just going to move on to another topic. That, again, I think Vince said it in the chat. This is going to be mainly you guys. I'll just chime in when necessary. It's basketball.
Okay.
Basketball.
So, wait, again, you all are from Chicago, so you all like the Bulls in some way, shape, or form. Besides the Bulls, name your favorite or your top two teams that aren't Chicago.
Wait, from
Okay.
what era though? What era are we talking about?
Any.
Just franchises. I'm guessing. I'm
Oh,
guessing you mean
okay,
franchises, Katie.
Yeah, whatever.
So for me, that's easy.
Franchises is a technical term. Just saying.
I don't.
Like-
This was mainly for the three of you. I don't do the basketball thing. I
The
played
basketball.
I played it when I was younger. I don't watch it. I don't play it now. This is for you guys.
So for me, like if you guys know me, basically the Bulls and Lakers are my top two. Always been my top two.
Shout out to that Kobe podcast we did.
There you go. If you haven't listened to it, please listen to it.
Yeah. Link tree would be distributed at the end of the episode. Bulls, Lakers. Yeah.
Besides the Bulls, though, who else would you have up there?
Oh, besides the Bulls? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
shit.
Besides the
All
Bulls, two other franchises.
right. See, I'm not really passionate about the other franchises because some of them are just straight basura. But if I have to go with like one that I keep up in terms of like history, I guess Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay.
Okay. Julius.
You know? Yeah, Julie Serving, Moses Malone, Dr. J, Charles Barkley. What's
Ben
up?
Simmons.
Oh my.
Allen Iverson. Practice.
Yeah, of course,
Practice.
Ellis. I was trying to go deep. Trying to go deep, showcase my knowledge.
You're trying to step over.
Yeah.
Step over some competition.
But listen, let me kill a crossover to you, my man Vince. Who do you got?
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, besides the Bulls, it would have to be the Miami Heat.
Ooh.
Dwayne Wade was from Chicago,
Mhm.
and he was one of my favorite players when I started watching fully back in
Mhm.
2003. And I just kind of slowly followed the Miami Heat. They won the championship in 2006. I did stop paying attention to them when LeBron and Chris Bosh joined, and they had the big three because I didn't want to be
Yeah.
labeled as a bandwagoner.
Right. You don't want to be a Hedo?
No. But the Miami Heat now with Jimmy Butler, like former Chicago Bull, on there,
Yeah.
I for sure definitely want to go ahead and like support them. I like them.
Gotcha.
Um,
Kyle O'Reilly.
The Sacramento Kings, because of the early 2000s and Chris Webber
Oh, okay.
teams with Vlade Divac, Peja
Mhm.
Stojakovic, Mike Bibby, even before Mike Bibby when they had Jason Williams.
Right. Doug
Doug
Christie.
Yeah, Doug Christie, the works. There were stretches in Kings basketball where I liked them, like Ron Artest when he was over there.
Yeah.
Kevin Martin.
Yeah. That's a good one. John
Maybe.
Salmons.
John Salmons, he played for the Bulls. But yeah, mostly that.
All right, I'm gonna go. Ben Wallace era Pistons.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
I'm gonna go Memphis Grizzlies, and then the third one, I'm going to go Portland.
Really? The Trailblazers,
Yeah.
huh?
Trailblazers.
I kind of expected the Memphis one just because, like, you grew up in that area in Tennessee for a while.
I would say
Portland.
I would say
That's kinda
for
surprising.
Memphis, I would say really like I would say 2005 and up Grizzlies.
Yeah, that's when they were really
just
good.
yeah,
They were
just
good.
like they weren't gonna win, but they just always mess up a team's playoff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thing. Spurs are good too, but I feel like it's just a boring answer.
Yeah.
Portland, I would say just because of Damian Lillard, really.
Okay, I was gonna say because I know you ain't following them before that.
No, they're at one point they had the entire team injured, the head coach injured. I don't know who the hell else was injured. It was a mess over there.
Well, they also at one time they had like multiple people gone for like marijuana use. Remember? At one point they were called the Trailblazers, the Jailblazers. Yeah, it was
that was
really
kind
bad.
of problematic. So I never called them that.
Yeah, it was really bad at one point for the Blazers franchise.
Blazers. Oh, you remember Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas?
Yeah, bro, that was a good time when he was with the Wizards. That was a good time. Yeah, he talked that heat and he brought a gun to the locker room and shit.
What?
Yeah, so apparently him and one of the players, him and one of the players had a bet, and they lost a bet or something like that. And as a joke or something, he brought a gun to the arena. Yeah, I think it was a BB gun, right? Was it a BB gun, or was it?
I don't remember. I thought it was an actual gun.
Yeah, and so like somebody I guess snitched off or they heard about it, so he got suspended and this and this, and he was trying to play it off like it was a joke at first, but somebody didn't think it was a joke or something. And then after his suspension, you know how like all the players get around and get hype and stuff?
Yeah.
So after the day after his suspension, while they're doing this little dance in the middle of like the court, he does this for his dance. And and the president of whoever was like, "That's it. We're sending him away."
That's it.
I believe that was still Howard Stern at the time, right?
What do you mean?
Not Howard Stern. Oh fuck, what's his name?
I was like, yo, Howard Stern owns the team? Cool.
The other the one that looked like a toad. What's his name?
I don't remember. I don't remember the owner of the Wizards.
He's dead or not the Wizards of the NBA.
David Stern, bro.
David Stern.
You were close. You're on the right track.
Howard Stern.
He was close.
The other Jewish guy.
Hey, I want no part of that.
Hey, listen, speaking of Jewish, I just want to send everybody to my Jewish homies. Happy Kwanzaa. It's a great time. I've enjoyed some, Kwanzaa things that I've done, participated with some of my friends, so shout out.
Jewish is Hanukkah.
I thought it was Hanukkah.
Yeah, can you delete that?
I cannot. No. Ay, Dios mío, bro. Oh, Joseph, you sounded so confident too. I feel bad.
Let me switch my name back to Daryl.
If you're watching this, I have no idea where the fuck Vince went. Oh, look, ask and you shall receive.
But speaking of both cultures, Kwanzaa and Hanukkah, shout out to
I gotta
all.
mute myself. Hold on, I gotta mute myself.
Shout out to all.
Jesus.
Shout out to all.
Shout out to everybody.
I come in peace. I'm sorry, it's very early in the morning. I'm kind of confused, but we're here. We're here.
Yeah, we're filming this very, very late at night.
Oh my god.
But,
move on. Just gotta move on. Just go through it.
We're still in the basketball thing. Have you guys been to any live games? And did you have like a favorite one you've got to go to? It can be with the Bulls. You're allowed to include the Bulls now.
Yeah. So obviously, living here, I've seen multiple Bulls games.
Yeah.
So like, there's a couple. So, so of course, like I've sat in every area except for press box in the United Center. Not trying to say anything.
Not trying to flex.
Not trying to flex or whatever. So like, I have to say, like, unless you're at the very, very, very top, there really isn't too bad of a view, really, if you ask me.
That's true.
Not too bad, not too bad. Now if you're at like, there are some times where I feel like I'm gonna die just leaning over just to reach for my drink. You know, when you're at the high ones, you know. Right. And so like, you know, I've seen games where like Dwayne Wade was there, and I seen games with like, you know, like I was there for when Melo had the time with the Houston Rockets, you know. I do gotta say my two favorite games live is long story short, me and my brother-in-law won tickets to a Chicago Bulls game when they first had Ben Wallace. And little did we know when we got the tickets that we didn't know they were courtside when we opened them. So they were courtside tickets that we won, and it came also with a parking pass where we could park up front and stuff. So that was bonus. And so like we sat courtside, we're behind the cameraman, and I remember that was a game against Allen Iverson. So as seeing Allen Iverson as a 76er, what was dope. That was like, you know, that was awesome. And then my cousin took us to the NBA Finals, Game 6 of 1998. Now, if you remember, they were in Utah, right? But they sold tickets to where you could watch it in the United Center on the Tron.
Okay.
So I don't know if that counts.
That counts.
I'm gonna say
That counts.
That counts.
That counts.
So I'm gonna say it did. To see Michael Jordan hit that last shot in the United Center with, you know, Chicago fans hugging and, you know, and high-fiving, things that you can't do today with random strangers. But it was just an amazing thing. It was just an amazing thing. So yeah, good times.
Okay.
Lovables.
Vince, Benji?
I don't think I have a favorite game that I've gone to, just because I haven't like I had this one game on Christmas against the Lakers, but Kobe didn't play. I had a few games that I went to, but they were against like subpar teams or whatever, just because financially they were the best. Probably the most memorable is when, I want to say it was the 2015 NBA Finals of the Eastern Conference. They're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think at this point it was the game after Derrick Rose hit that buzzer beater game-winning three.
Hell no, you were. Oh my god.
And I was sitting.
I know the game. I know this game.
Where LeBron James hits
Yes.
a baseline like shot to like basically win the game, and we lose. So most memorable because of the game itself, but not for the best reasons.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
That sucked. I hate it. That was like 1.2 seconds or something like that. There wasn't a lot of time. Yeah. God. Did you know the ball was gonna go in though when it left his hands?
I was shitting bricks when it did.
You knew.
It's LeBron James. He's either gonna make that shot and just ruin my whole night, or he's gonna miss it and we're gonna go.
That's the thing about LeBron is that he can miss like all 10 free throws, but when it comes down to the last second shot, like he'll make that shot. You know, after he bites his fingernails after the 20 times shit, you know.
Right.
Benji?
Okay, so for me, I made it a goal of mine at the time. I always wanted to see Derrick Rose live, right? For you that don't watch basketball, Derrick Rose was Chicago like god.
Okay.
He's like Daniel
Playing
Bryan.
basketball here.
He's like Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, he's a
Make the reference as white as possible. Okay.
He is light skinned.
Well, okay. So point is, beloved basketball player here, right? I'd always wanted to see a game. It was very hard at that time to get tickets.
Yeah.
But I remember, I was talking to this one woman, and you know, one thing led to another. I casually, you know, mentioned repeated times, "Oh, it'd be cool if we go to a game. It'd be cool if we go to a game." Blah blah blah. She ends up buying the tickets. Go to the game. You know, she was there, but I was there for the game, right? And watching Derrick Rose live, I'm telling you, man. Like if you didn't at least see it once, I'm telling you,
was different.
That
It hit different.
man, it was just that whole run, man. That whole run, the with the bench mob and all them, like,
Yeah,
bro,
that was fun. That was fun.
I consistently say that this current Bulls roster, this current Bulls team is the most exciting, most fun team to watch since the Derrick Rose Bulls.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest with you, man. Like since they kind of fell apart, and then they did Butler bogus, and then they shipped them off. I kind of fell off on the Bulls a little bit, and I've been hesitant to get back in because I don't want to get my heart broken again. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's tough.
Been there.
It's tough, but I mean, I hear listen to your podcast here and there, and then I hear you constantly mention it. You keep saying good things about this team.
Check them out, man.
Well, it's a different era because like they don't.
100%.
Are not there.
Oh yeah.
Guard packs are not there. Different system, different coach. Like
to the day that I die, I will say had we not had guard packs, sure we wouldn't have had those players, maybe, I guess, but had they been fired sooner, I feel like better things could have happened.
Definitely.
I think players would have came here too because we would have paid them the right way instead of just.
I mean, if you look at it, like the '98 team, like after they won the championship, if you go back and watch the Last Dance documentary, almost every player said it's like management wanted to just restart everything.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that regime, like even like before guard packs, you look at Jerry Krause, running the team. We have a bad history of just like bad management, and this is probably the first time I feel like I can honestly trust not only management but like team execs up front.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's definitely very trustworthy. Mark Eversley, Arturas Karnisovas, these guys feel like they have an idea and vision of what they want this team to be like, and this is the first summer in free agency where the Bulls feel like winners and not like they got left at the altar with like.
So for the people,
Melo, like Tim Duncan, we didn't end up with
I'll say
the
for the for the people outside of Chicago and stuff that don't know, do you want to how would you summarize for people that don't know what management was like in a few words?
It's like Daniel Bryan. I tell you, it's like Daniel Bryan's story. They're bringing him down. He had to work his way up to get to the WrestleMania main event, right? He hit his status. He left, right? Now Daniel Bryan's doing great in AEW. He even looks better. He has such a fresher fade. The edges are so damn smooth.
If I want to make wrestling fans understand what it was like to be a Bulls fan watching a sinking ship, I can compare the Garpax regime as the last few years of WCW.
Okay, all right.
And how it was terribly run. And you can trust me.
Am I wrong or not? Every time someone would leave the Bulls, they'd be like a star somewhere else.
Oh yeah,
they'd be good elsewhere. Yeah,
for a bit, but they'd be shying. You know what I'm saying?
They'll be an important piece to the team.
Yeah.
I feel that. Katie, how do you feel about the Bulls?
I don't watch basketball. I don't know.
I feel you would look good in like a Chicago Bulls crew neck sweater. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could a snapback. Do you do hats?
I do snapbacks. Yeah.
Are you familiar with hats?
Well, hold on. It is a tough question because sometimes there's the fitted, there's a snapback, there's the 5-panel, there's the bicycle hat, there's the runner's hat. There's the different quilted hats.
Beanies and snapbacks are my go-tos.
Same.
Okay.
Listen, rock a snapback with a jersey and maybe some Jordans.
Oh, you're in. You're in already.
Looking like Miley Cyrus in the 23 music video.
Stop.
Please don't. Oh.
He sees the vision.
Why Miley Cyrus? Why Miley Cyrus?
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Why? You just came in like a wrecking ball with that joke.
Vince knows. Oh
my God. So the final thing I'm gonna ask, I'm ignoring whatever Vince just said because I didn't even hear it. I'm gonna ask it every show. one thing on your bucket list that you
Like in life.
yeah, in life. There's something on
Just
your bucket
one
list.
thing.
One thing, because a lot of people have like lists miles long.
That's too much pressure.
Just one thing you want to do. It can be something very small or one of the big things you want to do. Like last time I said I want to travel Europe, specifically like Ireland and Italy. Was something I said last time.
Okay. Well, I always, whenever I'm asked something like this, like bucket list questions, one of them, like there's always two that are always on the list is A, go to a WrestleMania because I've never been to one.
Mm-hmm.
And B is attend an NBA Finals and like be there for a championship.
Okay.
I've heard horror stories of WrestleMania experiences. So WrestleMania feels like a thing where, like, depending on seat location, lighting, you know, you might be behind like one of those pillars or something. Maybe you might, for me, it would be get to experience the championship here in Chicago live. I want to be at a Bulls game when they win a championship.
Oh, okay.
Justin, Benji?
For me, I can tell you, like, I can't go through my whole bucket list, but for one of my bucket lists, if we can get somehow get everybody that's in the cafeteria to do a live show all together, that would be something.
That would be so funny.
I think that would be fucking hilarious. I think it would be the most hilarious
chaotic
2 hours. 2 hours, maybe just get us all just talking. It doesn't have to be about anything.
I feel like we would be reported within like the first hour.
But your bucket list, Benji.
Mr. Kwanzaa over here.
Stop. He did his best. Benji, something on your bucket list?
Shut up.
Okay, so I have a question. If you make a bucket list, and then you kick the bucket, right? You die, and you don't do what you did on your bucket list. Does that make you a failure?
No.
Oh,
These
okay.
are just things that if you had like all the time and all of the money and all of the resources to do, they're things that you would love to do. Like, do I look like I have the fucking money right now to go travel Europe? No.
It can happen.
It very well could in the future. I'm just saying it doesn't.
Exactly
why it's on the bucket list.
Okay, so for me, I guess let's say if I were to die tomorrow, right, and I had a bucket list, I think the top thing for me, the first thing that comes to my mind that I would write down would be happy. I feel like I can't say that I been 100% truly happy in my life, and it maybe hasn't always been attainable, and I feel like that's something I would want to have on the top of it. Or am I misunderstanding the concept of this?
I think you're misunderstanding the concept a little bit.
No.
I mean, you aren't, but you are. Like, bucket list is like skydiving.
A to-do thing.
Things,
okay.
Well, no. If that's something that's important,
I'm saying like it's
an activity. You want an activity,
but he misunderstood. He did both.
Okay. Time out real quick. I just gotta say this, Benji. Right now, when you're not looking at the camera, you're looking to the side. You look like one of those Moss cards with Jesus, with the halo. I'm just letting you know right now. Like, I feel like this should be a candle.
My fucking god.
Okay. You know what? I've always wanted to go to Australia. How about that?
There you go.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Okay, mate.
Cracky.
I like that you both immediately went stereotypical Australian. Good job.
Yep. Shout out to
Dingo
Aussie
ate
Nation.
my baby.
Oh my god.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Oh no!
Oh.
Was that Australian? Was it Australian? That sounded Honduras.
What the fuck? Another one, because I'm gonna try and do a different one every time. We brought it up earlier. I really just want to go to Universal and Disney. Like, I haven't got to go. and that's something I've always wanted to do, and I've never got to do it.
Yeah, dude. Wait, you never got to go at all, like in your
Mm-mm.
life at all?
No, I've never
Really?
been to Disney World, Land, never been to Universal.
Really? Oh, okay. Okay.
You know what? Why I think this question was weird for me, now that I'm thinking about it, until the pandemic, I've never really taken a vacation, or like I haven't had time off work or like any like vacation, quote unquote. You know, so I
Mhm.
never really put time to think like, oh, where would I want to go or anything like that, because you're just so
Really?
busy, just working and stuff. Like, yeah, like I've never honestly until like I had to take a vacation during this pandemic. I think when it first started or whatever, I never really took vacations. You know, I would always just let those accumulate, and then I would just do my vacation days or whatever. But like, or even
Yeah.
if I would use them, I wouldn't go anywhere. I would just be off work.
You just
you know?
chilling. Just chilling.
Right. So I never really thought about this. This gives me a lot to think about now. Interesting.
Okay.
Thank you, Katie.
Okay.
So
You've kind of like changed my perspective on what this thing called life is.
Inside the Mind with Benji. Inside the Mind with Benji.
I've been saying it.
Let's do it. Should we set the dates?
I've been
Should we set
saying
the
it.
dates? Should we date?
No, not right now.
You know what it is? I have to raise my cloud up first. That's what it is. I gotta get the views up. I gotta create something to get these views up. Then
Your mass wrestling career.
Okay, you know
I
what?
will be inside.
I'll use
mind.
this. Please back off your camera, or I will ask you to turn it off. I'll use Benji's weird thing that he's doing right now as a segue to have you all plug where people can find you and your content and everything. So Benji, since you want to raise your clout, go first.
Sure. So I've had a little shift in content recently, from nothing to something. I've started a little bit of artwork here and there, but I've even designed a few things for some people here and there, but that's where I'm shifting my stuff from now, right? And it's not even just art with just a drawing, you know. I try to give it some meaning or be about some topic, you know. You can actually go to TikTok right now, go to Benji Calavera, a whole bunch of stuff there. It's got a good amount of little views, you know, nothing too shabby, you know, a little bit of 1,000 likes, but you know, we're there. And
Shout out.
we get in there. You can even go on Instagram. We got that there too. It's a little shift in perspective. Also, working with some other content creators there. We got a little thing cooking up soon, so that'll be something that'll be coming out soon. And maybe it'll be enough to be inside the mind. That's all I got.
Okay. Vince or Justin, whichever wants to go next.
I'll go ahead. Yeah, you can find me on the Getcho Podcast on the Twitter, Getcho Podcast on Instagram. We're available in all the podcast platforms. You know what I'm saying? I did multiple episodes. Had episodes with Katie. Had episodes with Straight Talk with Vince. You know, Apron Bump is out. Marks and Mikes is out. You know what I'm saying? Smack and Raw, I've been on their episode. So you can find me almost anywhere. Just, you know, shout me out.
You have your latest your Ghostbusters one with Matt.
And I also have my own called "This Is Your Boy Just," where I talk about Ghostbusters, me and Matt. So shout out that one. Thank you, Katie, for that. My assistant on that one. So yeah. So if you like Ghostbusters, check that out.
As for me, you can always check me out on all social medias at SES Vince, where you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. In the bios of both my Instagram and Twitter, you will find my linktree /SES Vince, where you can find all my content, the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts for the Straight Talk Podcast, which is where I kind of talk about all my nerdy stuff. As I mentioned, I have Just on there. We talked about the Bulls, Kobe Bryant. I recently did a Roman Reigns podcast with Katie Kinsey, Bay, where we acknowledged the tribal chief and talk about how long he will reign. When this drops, I also have 2 NBA tier ranking videos on my channel featuring Young Kings Wrestling, where I do a very half-ass decent New Age Outlaws intro for Young Kings Wrestling. So we talk NBA basketball. So if you love basketball in general, Straight Talk Podcast is where it is to go. And if you want consistent wrestling content, check out the Smacking the Raw podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Smacking the Raw Pod. Linktree /Smacking the Raw, linktree /Creation World, all that good stuff. Follow at Matt Ritter, MATTRIDDER, for all the links and stuff. CreationWorld.com. all that good shit.
Vince, you've been in that show for so long. You can't say it faster?
He's getting there.
MHTRADDER.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Shout out.
Shout out. And of course,
Very lukewarm of you.
stop it right now. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieRasson13. The link tree in my bio to take you to all things She-Lead Showcase. Twitch.tv/She-Lead Showcase. Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. Most weeks. Holidays coming up. Things might be a little different. But just, if you follow my Twitter, I tweet when we go live. The video, which, if you watch this video, thank you. Because it is a lot happening. I suggest people watch the video for these. The YouTube is in there. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
Did you say Poodle Podcasts?
No, I did not say Poodle Podcast.
It sounds like that's what Benji's doing over there.
No, I'm ignoring everything Benji is doing right now, so I can just get through this so we can end it because it's almost 4 a.m. here.
Yeah, Benji got me in some hot water because of his tardiness.
Yeah. Benji was later than Reek was the first episode, so Reek's out of the hot water. Benji is now in it. I have the latest episode of Inside the Mind of with Jizzy out. I have one with Justin. I have one with Vince, if you want to go check those out. The first episode of In the Crowd, if you want to look at that, I had TC, Reek, and Matt. We just dropped the She-Lead Showcase on Friday. Savannah came back because she took a week off because it was Thanksgiving. But thank you to everyone who watched and listened to this entire thing. Thank you, Justin, Vince, and Benji for doing this with me. This has been the Chicago edition of In the Crowd, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Happy Kwanzaa.